My name is Professor Uzodimma Nwala, a retired professor of philosophy. I'm the president of Igbo Development Foundation, A.D.F, an organization that has, in recent years, been at the forefront of championing the rebuilding and development of Igbo and restoration of its culture and civilization, and also promoting the spirit of coexistence with our neighbors in Nigeria, in Africa, and the world. For 3 days, we communed over the predicament of Igbo from the very beginning of the foundation of the Nigerian Federation through the early years of British penetration of Igbo, period of women resistance, the greatest resistance the British knew of women, popularly known as Aba Women Riot, to the emergence of militant nationalism led in Nigeria, led by Igbos, Zik, Maforiz, Mbadiwe, and the rest of them, up to the struggle for independence and all the conferences held where Zik and his men played major roles. Eventually independence came. But all through this period, it has not been well enough for the Igbos. The Igbos were like marked a marked set of human beings to be destroyed. The British didn't like them and antagonized them with their neighbors in Nigeria, particularly with the Fulani people. All through the years, Igbos were being butchered here and there. There were so many attacks and killings of Igbos, in particular in the north. Then to the Civil War, particularly the coup, a coup that was carried out by young army officers, not for the sake of the Igbos, but to install our brother, Chief Awolowo, as Prime Minister of Nigeria, because the young men felt that the government in power were not progressive enough, not nationalistic enough. They thought Awolowo would deliver. That coup was mishandled because it was young men. It didn't need to be bloody. It didn't need to take the life of Balewa and Sadwan and others, although we now learned that Balewa did not die in their hands. He died of natural causes. Then the coup, Santa coup, inspired by enemies of Igbo, which took the lives of thousands of Igbo army officers. Innocent people who didn't know what brought up the war. Because the Civil War, the butchery and massacre of Igbos in the north, and the call for them to return home instead of remaining and being butchered like fowls. They hearkened to the voice of Ezekiel, coming back home. But then the federal forces carried the war, attacked Andriod, aided and abetted by many other interested nations outside, whose interests were not necessarily because they loved Nigeria, but because they loved the resources of the area. Eventually, the war ended with the massacre and destruction of Igbo. And for years, decades, nothing happened. The Igbo Nation was abandoned. Seaports closed, railways closed, airports closed, markets closed, and the punitive measures continued. What else can we do? Many of us saw it all. Perhaps the method our people adopted in the past may not have been the best of all methods. But indeed, the need for Igbo to come back home and build their home, and pursue a policy of mutual peaceful coexistence with their neighbors, but be able to come out of the slave condition they have been. Luckily enough, the world has seen through the thing you call Nigeria, Artificial Federation, handed over to people who felt that Nigeria was their orchard and that everybody in Nigeria was their slave. Today, the chickens have come home to roost. We now see it all. Everybody is now a victim, from Southern Kaduna to Taraba to Kogi to Benue to Oyo to Enugu to Anambra to Ebonyi to Abia to Rivers, everywhere, of course, to Edo. The forces that believe that they must turn Nigeria into their own enclave, must occupy Nigeria and eliminate the inhabitants of Nigeria. Those forces have been on the warpath now. What it calls for is a leadership from the Igbo, dedicated, fearless, knowledgeable, ability to inspire confidence in our people, ability to inspire confidence in our youth, ability to inspire confidence in our neighbors, those who believe and want to feed themselves like we do, ability to inspire confidence in the international community that indeed we are not fighting to control anybody's wealth. We are not fighting to rule anybody. We are fighting for freedom. We believe that as things stand now, A.D.F has taken the position that yes, if you want us to remain in Nigeria, we must have this, Igbo must have the status of an autonomous region, controlling its own security, police, its own economy, its own legislature, its own judiciary, its own relations with the world, its own control its own economy, but then agreeing with others to set up a union whose powers will be defined by everybody, not a union whose powers are defined by itself. This is what all of us are calling for. A.D.F has become a major platform in Igbo that brings together many of the leading figures among the clergy, among businessmen, among intellectuals, politicians, media people, scientists, women and youth. We've done a lot within the last 2 years of our existence. We've been able to take Igbo case to the world. We've been able to take bold steps to challenge certain actions taken to suppress and destroy Igbo. We defended Igbo interests in National Assembly and in various fora. We've undertaken industrial tour of Igbo to see what is going on and encourage other Igbo citizens, both at home and abroad, and championing the cause of Akurulo in Igbo. We urge everybody, whether you're at home, abroad, to join Igbo Development Foundation. Already many branches are springing up. You have a branch in Abia, a branch in Aba, Obia Umuahia, a branch in Balka, a branch in Enugu, in Lagos, in Abuja, a branch in South Africa, in UK, in US, and so on. We call on Igbo, wherever you are, be part of A.D.F. Help to drive his vision. Join in making sure the Igbo nation becomes a nation all of us will be proud of, a nation that is respected the world over, a nation that will be respected by her neighbors, a nation that will be able to take control of its affairs, a nation that enjoys internal unity and progress. We urge all organizations, including Igbo, including Ohanese and Igbo, to join hands with A.D.F so that we can bring succor and bring progress, salvation to our people. Thank you.